And hi, everybody. Welcome to a late night Monday podcast. I'm Mike.
And this is Rob. Welcome, viewers and listeners. This is episode 3 of Mindset Conversation. And today we have a special guest with us.
I don't know if you can see it, but ladies and gentlemen, your prayers have been answered. Your donations have been accepted.
The portal has been opened to Bloomingdale, New Jersey.
We are happy to present Mike. He's here finally. How you doing, Mike?
How you doing, guys? Rob, Mike, how are you? Good
Excellent.
to be on your show.
Thanks, Mike. It's good to have you. So, for those who don't know, Mike was part of the bands we were into. Well, I mean, we're going to probably jump back a little bit now. I know we talked about when Howie was on, how we met, and we were in bands together and stuff. Mike is another person that we were in a band with. He started off with Rob, so I'll let Rob kind of.
Well, yeah, I think, yeah, it was before the band. Mike and I actually grew up together when I first moved to New Jersey. So, but we definitely have a history together, just hanging out and doing stupid things before high school, and then around senior year high school. We started a band, and then just met other people, including Mike R, which is the co-host of the show, and things from there. But I'll actually let Mike explain some of the history, at least how he sees it in his head. So go ahead, Mike.
Hey. Okay. All right. Well, I know. Rob, you moved next door, I would say, in the late 80s.
Yeah, I think it was 84 because I was in 4th grade.
Wow, late 80s. Okay.
Yeah.
Mid 80s, and yeah, so we did a lot of interesting things in the neighborhood.
To say the least.
Yeah, I think Mike V and I have our. I think we have some stories that we could tell. They're kind of juvenile, but we did get into some trouble.
Oh, sure.
But so, Mike, how did we start bonding though? I know it came over. What did we do in the beginning? How did our friendship start?
How did it blossom?
Yeah.
I remember tent nights. I remember those.
Well, yeah, you could. That's definitely tent nights were definitely cool.
That's when they first explored their bodies.
I knew you were gonna say that. You're such a dick. That's why I kind of laughed when Mike said it. You're gonna misconstrue it.
Oh, come on! You wouldn't have done that if it was me and Mike talking it.
Probably. But yeah, just to explain to viewers, tent night was a good way for Mike. So Mike and I, our parents, my parents were more strict than his, but I had a pretty bad curfew, and especially at that time, we both had pretty bad curfew. So,
but you gotta tell them what your curfew was. It wasn't bad, really.
Well, during when we had tent night, we were still I don't know, how old were we, Mike? Pretty young though, right, Mike?
Before high school.
Huh?
Before high school.
Yeah, before high school. Do you know what age or the approximate grade we were in? I don't know. Hey,
maybe 7th grade for me.
Yeah, I thought it was a little earlier than that, but yeah, somewhere around there.
Certainly could have been, yeah.
So what we do is do tent night. We just camp out in my backyard, but we wouldn't stay in the tent. We would basically just go all over it all odd hours of the night. So we used to stay up, do whatever, just goof around. Although we didn't do bad stuff.
That came later.
And during tent night, yeah, all our more mischievous stuff came later. So we actually, Mike Vita. How should I call you V? Mike V, so just no one knows your actual name.
Hey, James C. You're gonna rat us out.
So, but I think if I remember correctly, I remember the first time I met you, Mike V, was so when we came over. I guess we introduced ourselves. I think my parents gave you guys like a peanuts or something like that for Christmas or something like that.
I think it
I
was
don't know.
some, yeah, they did.
Yeah. Or cashews or whatever it was, pistachios. And then I remember going up to you. I think you had the Atari out or something like that, and that's where we first bonded. Was over video games.
There you go. Yeah. That and then Nintendo after that.
Yep, Nintendo. Yeah, you Mike V always had the good stuff. I only had Atari until I got when I started working. Then I got the PlayStation and the Genesis and PlayStation and the Sega Saturn. But Mike V always had the cool. Before that, I always went over to his house because he always had the cool systems.
He had the Mott's.
The what?
You remember that commercial? That episode
commercial?
Yeah. I got the Mott's.
I got the Mott's. So Mike, how do you know Howie? How did you get to know Howie?
Well, Howie actually, he was looking for you in the band, and he called me on the phone. Says, "You have Rob's number. I need information from him about Jim Farkas." I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh, Jim Farkas! Oh my gosh!
But
So wait, he was looking for me
to be the lead guitarist in his band.
But how do you get my name?
I don't know. Maybe through mutual acquaintances. He called me for some reason, and I thought, all right, I gave him the number, and that was that. And I guess you were the third member in the band at that point.
Right. Yeah, it was Howie, Gary, and myself. So I played guitar. Howie played the drums. Gary played rhythm guitar. So how did you get involved into all that?
I believe you recruited me yourself. I guess you had a story with Howie, the first podcast, where a singer didn't work out, and I guess you said, well, you could try my friend Mike, and then you recruited me. You got me.
Yeah. And just for the listeners to know that, so Mike and I always had prior to me being in Howie and Gary's band, Mike V and I always, we always wrote songs together. So even though it was just me on the guitar and him singing, but we always like just doing that type of thing. So we had our own song list and everything. So I kind of knew how well Mike sung.
We had a few ones like "Hopeless" and "Stalking Terror," maybe a couple of ballads. "Take Me Home" was one you wrote before we wrote "Self-Sacrifice," which was our first song we wrote together in Steel Serpent.
Right. So okay, yeah, right. So yeah, we always had songs together. So I kind of knew how Mike sang, and if listeners don't know this, but Mike really sounded like he had that James Hetfield from Metallica. He had that kind of Hetfield kind of voice to him, and at least that's how it came off as. And when I was in a band with Gary and Howie, we were looking for a singer. We kind of auditioned a whole bunch of singers, but then I said, "Hey, Mike sings, so we'll give it a shot." So
why don't you belt out so you could destroy real quick, Mike?
There you go. Go ahead, Mike.
My voice is shot.
You don't do it anymore, Mike.
It was from years of hookers and booze.
Right. So moving things along, how do you know Rasputin? And maybe Rasputin could fill in some information that Mike.
Well, I think Mike was at one of the Steel Serpent shows, and he wanted to be the manager, and how that started. And we hit it off with him right away. I did, and we got along, and he was all of a sudden he was part of the group. We went to the Metallica show together, and then later on, Mike joined the band, the Mindset Domination. But Mike was around in the Steel Serpent days.
Yeah, and Subterfuge too. All of it.
Yep.
And then from there, we were in again. Some of it we did go over last time. About I don't know. Did we mention the name of the band that me, you, and Traps were in? Did we mention the name of it?
No, I don't think so. Wait. Who are you saying? You three?
No, you, me, Mike, and Traps.
Oh no, we didn't mention that name. We did
All
not
right.
mention.
Well, there was a short-lived band. We only played like small VFW halls, and we played, I believe, for the Queen of England. It was a small band. You might have heard of it. It was called Nocturnal Admission.
I'm not sure who came up with that name, but it just stuck.
Oh, we were just. I don't even know. But you want to know something? As funny as it was, the 2 songs that we had, they weren't bad. There was like 2 songs. That was it, and they weren't bad at all. Like I listened back to the rhythm of that one song, "Sodomistic Nice Woman," and I don't think it was bad.
It's a wholesome song. It's good for the family.
It's something you want to listen to at church after Psalms.
Yeah, exactly.
But and then it was I think that was after Mindset, wasn't it?
So Mindset was Nocturnal was me, us 3, and Rich.
And again, I believe there you go. Traps, dude.
Huh?
Traps, dude.
Traps. Okay, Lips, whatever.
Traps and Lips would have been just fine. Anything but the actual names. I know we got to work on that, but
it's not like I'm saying his last name.
Still, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you get better with that.
Dude, it's not like we're saying our first names. It's not like anyone can track us down with that. I think what comes when we say it's town names and we say last names. So
right, I agree, but I'm trying to just get you in the habit.
Oh, stop! I think that's a stretch for you right now.
But anyway,
our friend Howie. Oh, Rob, don't say Howie.
He's different. He's on the show. I'm trying to change the names for the innocent.
Gary. So I said Gary. Oh, like how he's gonna? Who's gonna know Gary?
They're all gonna know him soon. He's gonna be on the news, so that doesn't matter. Remember that name. Remember what we said, because Gary will be on the news one day. And not for inventing anything either. Far from it. But anyway, it was the 4 of us, but I don't remember what was first. Mike, do you remember if it was that first or was it Mindset first?
Mindset was before all those groups, I think.
But who was on Mindset?
Just the 3 of us.
Oh, okay,
3
gotcha.
of us, and Rich was kind of the unofficial 4th member, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then he became the 4th member because I think we needed a drummer, and he had a nice set.
He never played in Little Fairy. You know, it was just the 3 of us in the basement, Little Fairy.
Right.
We went to Lips' house to jam when it was okay with the tax woman.
Oh well, actually, never mind. You can say that. Never mind. I was gonna mention something that's gonna be a downer, but I'd rather not say it.
I understand. I know.
You could. I think I know what you were going to say, Rob.
Yeah.
But So technically, this is again, if you haven't guessed, everybody out there, Mindset Conversation actually came from the name of our old band, Mindset Domination.
That's right.
So
and trivia: how did he get that name?
Oh. I don't know. Was it a song?
Getting warm. V, do you know? Mike V.
The original name, Mindset Domination.
Right.
Yes.
Where did we get that name?
I don't. Maybe was it a lyric in a song from another band? I'm not sure.
Yes. Well, both mics are right. It came from a song from a band that we that played with us in Obsessions. They were pretty good too. One of their songs was named.
Excalibur or something. They called
No, it wasn't Excalibur. If you had said the name, I'd recognize it. I have the album in my the album cover in my in storage somewhere. But yeah, definitely it came from that. We just took it from that.
So so was you that came up with that?
No, I think we just knew. We kind of knew that. I think it was mostly Mike V and I that kind of arrived at that because I think we both liked that name, that song, and that name on that album. So,
do you remember how it went?
No, what the song, the actual song? No, I don't remember. I remember that they played a good show though. So,
I would say I'd look them up, but you don't even know who they are. So.
I could get I'll have to dig the album cover out of my storage. So,
all right, we'll hold up the podcast. We'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
right. So that was that band, and then everything from there. That Rob wasn't available. Well, no. Why did Mindset break up? Because then Azrael came after that. No, what Mindset, Nocturnal, then Azrael.
Right. I just don't remember why. I think we just kind of like stopped playing. Really, we had different priorities.
Mike, you're not available. Was that what it? Were you working a lot or something?
I don't know. I think I was working at the movie theater at the time. I was going to school. I don't know. I just kind of stopped. It wasn't like it wasn't like a blow up or anything like that. It just kind of stopped. Yeah, it wasn't like the other bands when they broke up. There was kind of factions. Me and Rob were on one side, the other guys were on the other side. That's how those bands broke up. But this one, we just kind of stopped. I don't know. Maybe just got involved with other things. I think that's how it went.
Yeah, I think you just became busy, Mike. I think you were working crazy different hours at the movie theater, and you had other things you had to do.
Like 7 days a week.
Weren't you going to Bergen Community too, or something?
I was, yes.
Yeah, so I think you just didn't have the time.
That was quite a commute, well, at least from where I was.
Yeah,
and I remember for me too. I think that's when I met Daphne at that time because I know by the time Azrael came around, we were together. But like maybe in the beginning, like my priorities changed as well. Like I had less time for the band and want to pursue other things. So
yeah.
So I don't think it was just Mike V.
No. It was more you and Azrael, absolutely.
Huh?
It was all your fault on Azrael.
No, well, no. I'm saying for Nocturnal for how we stopped.
But then how did you start Azrael if you weren't available?
Well, I mean, things change, right? Like I became available. I mean, I was still with her, but like I think like you kind of just over the initial onset, right?
You basically got rubbed the wrong way. You got rubbed.
well, no, I mean we're still together. It's just I think it's just like I'm okay. Like I don't have to, I'm doing my own thing and whatever. So
yeah, you could maybe read into that a little, Rob.
What? I know what you're trying to do.
Okay, I just want like blink twice so I know you understand. That's all.
Yeah, Morse code, right?
Oh man. So then the rest. We're not going to get into that. Azrael came and then that broke up and then Rob went his way and I stayed with Howie and went on to play in Bubonic with Gary, who was in the original band with them guys. So it was like one big circle jerk basically.
Yeah.
Of different members going like intertwining them and stuff. So and then after that Howie left because Gary was getting way out of hand. Then I left shortly after that, and then that was it band-wise.
Yeah.
But there was plenty of adventures. Plenty of adventures with the three of us, though.
That's for sure.
We did lots of things together. We hung out every weekend, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, and maybe not all of us together all the time. Maybe it was just you two or us two or me and Mike, Mike V, but in some sort, because obviously you had your store, I had other things to do, Mike had to work, so.
But it seemed like somebody was hanging with somebody every.
That's what I'm
day of the
saying.
week.
Yeah. It's one of us, either all three of us or a set of two of us would hang out. So.
Right. Exactly. It was but when the three of us got together, it was magical.
Do I have to tell that diarrhea run story again?
Should we say it, Mike?
Wait, did we tell that story already or no? I don't think we did.
You mentioned it and then said that's for another day.
Okay.
Is this that day? we used to, whatever we did, we always ended our night at a diner. Always.
Yes.
Always ended it off at a diner, no matter who was hanging with each other.
And those people who are not from New Jersey, this is basically New Jersey culture, right? Or at least back in the days. I'm not sure how it is now, but basically when we're growing up, New Jersey people, and there's a ton of diners. So that's what you do is you hang out, you do whatever you need to do. And just at the end of the day, last thing you do is just go to a diner. And then it's packed like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, depending what diner you're going to.
Right. Even 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, sure.
24-hour diner. Yeah.
Right. And depending if you're high or not. So.
Right. Exactly. On whatever you're on. Liquor, drugs, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You would end off there. I mean, at this time, though, we weren't.
No.
Originally, we weren't. Nobody was.
No, none of us was. Yeah, right.
Because we were 18, 19 years old.
Right.
So we didn't do any of that. We were just young boys who were hungry and bored. Basically, we would hit the malls, cruise the malls, walk around, go to Fun and Games, which was a big video arcade.
Yeah. In Willowbrook Mall, right? That was Willowbrook.
Yeah, and then you had the little one. You had Champions Fun and Games.
That was Fun.
Fun House.
That's it. Fun. Yeah, that was in the Wayne Hills Mall,
which now has basically a restroom and one store open. And I heard that the restrooms are closing.
They still have a statue of Mike with his hockey puck in his hand. Yeah.
I think the last thing there was a Quiznos. That was the last thing.
Here comes the champion.
So if anyone, just fill in the listeners. So Mike V always had an obsession. We used to always go to arcade, but Mike V had an obsession, and he was really good at it, at playing air hockey. And then the Fun Palace arcade in Wayne, New Jersey, had this in the Wayne Hills Mall in New Jersey. There's that. What was his name? Had the Samir. So yeah, he was like the guy that he was like the night manager. And maybe you could tell the story, Mike, or either Mike's.
He's like Mr. Chesky or whatever from Wreck-It Ralph. He would give the quarters out, and if something went wrong with a machine, he'd put out an order on it. That was his job, and close it at the end of the night. That's what he did. I know anybody younger doesn't understand what we used to have to get quarters and put them in a machine.
No.
Play a game.
You put dollars, put them in a machine to get quarters.
Right. Well, no, he had the little belt thing. You don't remember the little belt thing? You go click, 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 click on his belt. Quarters in it.
Okay, gotcha. You're talking. Okay, never mind. I got it. Yeah. You're talking about putting quarters into the arcade machine.
Right.
Okay,
right. I know we're on Mortal Kombat 10 now, but me and Rob were champions of Mortal Kombat 1 when it came out.
Yeah.
I played the Punch Out in that arcade.
Punch Out.
Kung Fu Master.
Yes, Kung Fu Master. Man, I love that when it was in the arcade game.
Just 2 joysticks.
Yeah. Oh no! That was karate. That was Karate Master. Kung Fu.
No, yeah, Kung Fu was just Kung Fu. Karate Master was the other one.
Right, Karate Master was the 2 joysticks.
Yeah, Kung Fu was just regular, and that was the one that was on NES.
Yeah, I think Mike is talking about Kung Fu.
Kung Fu Master was like the arcade, and then Kung Fu was the port for NES.
There we go.
There you go. So it didn't have the 2 joysticks. It just had the one.
Just the one.
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, I remember that. I like that better in the arcade than I did the NES. That port was okay.
I agree with Rob.
Yeah.
Although Mr. X were cooler on the port, in my opinion.
I don't remember what Mr. X looked like. I forget.
All I remember is BBB. Mike V and I call him BBB. Does this what level was he? Second, third boss?
Third floor boss.
Third floor boss. It was this we call him BBB because like we call him basically he was big black bastard. Because he used to
Rob. Good job, man.
well, he used to kick our butts. That's why every time we come to him, like we always get nervous because we never be able to pass him, or we would have trouble with him. So there's nothing wrong with the first two of that name. So
Hey, you must have liked that game because they had the little tom-toms in that game that
Oh,
jumped
I
up.
loved them. I loved them, dude.
oh, the little midgets, right?
I never wanted
Little
to hurt them.
little people.
Come on, dude. You're 2 for 2. Come on, bro. You're a maniac. You're out of control right now.
I don't think I said anything too bad. So
That remains to be seen. But just
1 second.
uh-oh. Rob's got to take his pants off. just give him a minute. We were talking about joysticks, and he got a little excited. So give him a minute.
Just to let our people listening on the podcast, and I turned my camera off for a second. So
Yes, right. Exactly. That's what I meant. Thank you for interjecting.
yeah,
But yeah. So yeah, we had some good times, and then we'd wind up at the diner and pretty much eat the same thing every week because we only had a certain amount. Well, Mike had a magical $5 bill every week.
I think that was your allowance or something. I'm not sure why the $5.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
My dad used to give that to me every week.
Oh, is that right? Okay. So you used that for diner money. Okay.
Yeah.
And Mike was able to figure it out. He always ate well for $5.
What did you used to get, Mike?
It's always like French fries.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. Remember that story. Remember that when the time you were doing. Who was there? I know Mike V and I were there. Someone handed you the ketchup bottle, and you had your new Yankees jacket on.
I was there. I was there.
And you tried to tap the bottle on the other side, but the cap wasn't on all the way. And when you smacked the bottle, all the ketchup went on everywhere. And you're like, you got up, you're like, excuse me, get out of the way, excuse me.
No, the look on his face was, again,
Yeah.
it's not going to be good for podcast listeners, but
Yeah.
he just turned to Rich was there too. Because it was,
Oh, was it
Mike and
Rich?
Rich,
Okay.
me and you were on the other side, and we were in a booth. And Mike just turned to Rich and went, get out of the way, move, get out of the way, move. He said it very calmly, but I knew he was flipping out. And then he disappeared into the bathroom for 20 minutes. He was gone.
I think you just had like a little spot on you or something like that.
But just to look like he looked like he was bowing down, like, and he was in Mortal Kombat. He was like, move now, move. And Rich was like, calm down, man. You all right, Rob?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sure.
Yeah. The reason I'm doing it is like I'm getting my bad day today. There was a dust storm here, and it's making my nose really like itchy. So
Yeah, I had that same problem when I was in my 20s.
what?
I had allergies. I was allergic to cocaine.
I knew it was a lead up to something. That's why I was like, okay, that's not funny.
You're like, is that all it was? It's just your allergies? What are you trying to do? That's not funny.
Like, come on, man, you can do better than that.
Just give me a second, bro. Just give me a second.
All right, so okay, so we're in the diner. Do you want to go through the whole story or no?
Are we talking about the park story?
Yeah. Or do you want to save it for
a better
that?
recollection of it than I do, so that's all I knew.
So, all right, let's might as well say it. So,
You know it well because you tell everybody you know it. So go ahead.
yeah, that's right.
At me at Mike's expense.
Yeah, I come out scot free.
Yeah, right. If it was something that happened to you, nobody would have heard it.
No, I would have said something. I don't remember those stories.
Yeah. Or you just blocked them out. How convenient.
So we ate at these diners, and I could have sworn we ate. If my recollection's correct, some of us, namely Mike and Mike, ate like these clams, casino clams or something like that.
Clams, oregano, probably.
I don't know what it was, dude.
That's usually what they served at the diners. It's like the clams, and it's like got like
Baked.
breading on it.
Yeah,
and
it's
baked.
baked.
And,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's probably it. That's probably it. And that, you know what? That sounds like it. That sounds like it would be it. And I didn't have any. I think we were. It was just the three of us. I think because we had one more person with us.
What's it would have be lips.
I think it was Rich. Yeah.
I don't even want to bother. Yeah, I think it was Rich.
Dude, it's Rich. It's not like we're saying his last name. So we're fine.
We'll call him Rich McDonald's.
Dude, now that you're the one that's cutting it close now. That's close.
But go ahead.
Anyway, so we always like to go back because Mike V and I had namely me. I think Mike V had a better curfew than I did, but I had a pretty strict curfew. So we just hang out, and we decided to go hang out at there's this pond with a jungle gym and like a little bit of woodsy area just down the street of us. So we just kind of hung out down there doing stuff. I'm not sure what we were doing. We must have been playing some stupid games because I think we all had to hide or something.
Wasn't there that thing that spun around that you sit on? Like
it was a tire. It was a tire swing in there, which they removed since.
Yeah, we were doing dumb stupid.
Yeah.
And I think we were talking about King Diamond or something.
Probably. But because we were separated, we had to hide or something. Because all I remember is seeing Mike V like just running, and we're like just running.
Was it Ghost in the Graveyard?
Yes, that was it. Yes, we were playing Ghost in the Graveyard.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, real quick, could I interject? Ghost in the
Sure.
Graveyard is basically reversed hide and seek.
Right.
So there's one person hiding, and everybody else has to look for him. And when you find them, you yell "Ghost in the Graveyard," and you have to run back to wherever the base is. And if you get caught, then you're the ghost. That's
Right.
it in a nutshell.
And I think Mike V was the ghost because he was separated from all of us. All of a sudden, I just see him just running up the hill. So running up the street. We lived up on the hill, and I go to Mike R, right? Mike Raspin R. Doesn't matter. They know you, and right. So, and I'm like, where the hell is he going? And we all both call out to him, and Mike V is like, I'll be back. I gotta run. He's like, run. He's just running up the hill, and then Mike R is like, he's like, you know what? I gotta run too. He starts running. He's like, Rob, can I use your bathroom? So we're running up the hill after Mike V, and we're not that far behind.
Dude, I think I was sweating.
You guys probably had like food poisoning or something. And all we could see is Mike not even just approaching his house running. He's not at the door yet. He's unbuckling his pants. He's like trying to push him down already. So Mike R, he's like, I gotta use your bathroom, Rob, please. Because like there's nothing else around. But my parents are sleeping. And that's half the reason why my curfew was so bad, because my parents didn't want to get woken up. So I was like, fine. I let him to the garage and into our. So I live on 3 floors. There's basically 3 floors to my house, and we're in the bottom floor. And I let him use on the bathroom on the bottom floor. You go in, we're doing whatever, and it's like quiet. It's really quiet. It's like dead quiet. So I decided to turn on TV, just kind of like, oh, maybe he needs his privacy. So like I turned TV, just kind of I watched like a cooking show. I think it was like on Food. I'm not sure it was Food Network at the time, but it was a cooking show. And all of a sudden I hear like noises, like really like deathly noises coming from the bathroom. And Mike trying to cover it up for he's like coughing. He's like and it's like thinking to myself, why even bother? And it was so disgusting. And on the show, the cooking show, they're like making chocolate mousse. I'm like like about to throw up because like just from that, hearing that, and like seeing it visually, I'm like. So it ends up, Mike finally comes out. He's like looking all sheepish and stuff because he knew that shit didn't cover up. His coughing didn't cover up anything.
It looks like I just escaped East Germany.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. It looked exactly like that. So so all of a sudden we hear like boom, 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 boom. And it's like we hear like something coming down the stairs, and all of a sudden
coming down, barreling down.
It's like, and all of a sudden my dad just comes flying in midair, like in a karate kick pose, like, and lands.
Didn't I ask you for a glass of water? I think I was so dehydrated. I asked you for water, so
Yes.
we went into the kitchen, and he popped out from the doorway from the kitchen to your living room.
Right. And he's like, "Oh, it's just you, Mike."
And then it just turned and went back to bed.
Yeah. I think he said something like, "Oh, you were using the bathroom, were you?" I think I could smell it or something. I don't know, it was something like that, or you heard it or something.
I think everybody in Bloomingdale heard it. Between me and Mike, they probably thought it was bombs going off. But you don't remember that, Mike? I didn't remember until Rob told me it, and then I remembered it.
I never remembered this story ever.
You must have blocked it out.
Yeah, he blocked it out because nothing can erase that image of Mike just like unbuckling his pants and like running and trying to like holding his pants up at the same time because it's already unbuckled.
I think I remember that part of it, but I never remember eating clams at the diner. It's always like fries or something. So
you might have not bought it, Mike. I might have let you try one.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that sounds like
you're always offering me food. Yeah.
Right, because you only had the $5 with it, so yeah, that makes sense.
You had like 6 fries and a glass of water, so we felt bad. We were like, "Here, have some."
Yeah.
And then we we would we'd get some jerk every now and then. We'd have to tip him 2 cents.
Yeah, Mike V. Do you remember that guy?
I remember him. He kind of looked like Pat Riley or something.
Yes, he did. That's right.
Yes, you're right. He did look like Pat Riley. Exactly.
Do you remember like Mike V? Do you remember like what he did to get that bad tip?
He was just he just had an attitude with everybody, and you guys said, "All right, we're going to leave him about 11 cents." That's what it was.
I don't think we went back there after that.
No. Oh no, we did. We did.
We did?
Just not as frequent. I think we did it like I just remember us. I remember me and you, Mike R. Like we went back just because I think we didn't care. We were just because I knew we were nervous to get taken or get served by that same guy, but we didn't when we came back.
So and we didn't need any special sauce from him.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a great like FU to that guy though, because it's like no tip says one thing, leaving a like 6 cents or 11 cents or however we did. I know it was all in pennies. Like that's a different message altogether.
It's like if you don't leave a tip, it's a middle finger. If you leave 11 cents, it's 2 middle fingers.
That's right. Yeah, because if you don't leave a tip, they could just be like, oh, they just forgot.
Right.
No, we didn't forget yet. Piece of crap.
Your service was worth 11 cents.
Yeah.
All in pennies. Don't spend it all in one place, you little prick.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just condescending to us, and like, yeah,
it was like we were just a bunch of kids. We were a bunch of kids, but we weren't rude.
No, we weren't. Yeah, I think out of a lot of kids in the diner in New Jersey at that time, I think we were great. Like,
we didn't cause trouble.
Yeah, we didn't cause trouble. We just wanted to eat.
We wanted our food. We laughed. I don't think we were even that loud. Maybe we were. Well, I'm always loud, but maybe we were loud, if anything. But they never said anything to be quiet.
Right.
And it wasn't like.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was about to say. I think the only time we actually caused trouble, and that was by I think accident. I think someone broke a glass. I think one of us broke a glass. I could have swore one of us broke a glass.
Was it Rich?
I broke the glass.
Yes.
Oh, it was Mike.
I could have swore it was Mike V. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember how it happened?
I just slipped out of my hand, and the guy came out. You guys messed with the table. And Rob said, "Oh, it was just an accident." But we hid the glass, and he was upset. Hid it behind something. So we did it on purpose, which wasn't true. It was an accident.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right.
And that was a little that was like it wasn't the busiest night. The Pompton Queen on 23 was busier.
Yes, the Pompton Queen was busier.
That was a little less.
We had like really three main ones. It was Pompton Queen. We had the one in that one where we left the bad tip on, right?
What was the name of it?
I thought that was honest, but I could be wrong.
What was the one on 23 then, Mike V?
23. I thought that was the Pompton Queen.
Yeah, the one on 23 North was the Pompton Queen. What was the one on Hamburg Turnpike?
Right.
One in Wayne?
Yes.
Oh, one by the golf course.
Yes.
I forget the name of it. Yeah, but I know which one you're talking about.
And then we had another one too, but we didn't go as often. But that was really popular. A lot of people went to it.
Up by you guys, or was it more towards my house?
I think it was up towards your house, Mike.
It was one in Fairlawn.
Okay, that might have been it. I just remember it being really popular.
That was close to the college at Bird Community at Paramus.
Yeah.
That was in Fairlawn, Land in the Sea. Yeah.
Which was right down the street from the Empress Diner.
Was it? I don't know.
And that was another. I mean, they were literally a stone throw away from each other. That's Jersey for you, though.
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts. You can have coffee at one Dunkin' while you're walking to the other one.
And I find that funny. Like on the East Coast, it's Dunkin' Donuts. On West Coast, it's like Starbucks. It's the same thing with Starbucks.
Well, we have Dunkins out here.
Yeah, but it's not as much. Oh, well, I'm not sure about Arizona, but like
we have quite a few. I mean, there's more Starbucks, but we have quite a few.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah. Not up more in the last couple of years. Not when I first moved here. I wouldn't say there was many. But I'll take Dunkin', and maybe it's just because I'm from Jersey and I'm used to it, but I'll take Dunkin' over Starbucks any day.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think I prefer a small coffee shop.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you had to compare the two, I'm saying.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, Dunkin' doesn't have the. I like going to Starbucks just for the fact of it's good to work there. You get the free Wi-Fi. The atmosphere is great. The coffee is like, man, whatever. It's I think it's overpriced, but that's I think that's why I prefer Starbucks over Dunkin'. Although I love Dunkin' Donuts as well. So
just don't go to Dunkin' if you want a sandwich. It takes them an hour to shit that out. It's like
I know. Jeez Louise.
And it's like shit depending on who it is, like who makes it and stuff. It could be horrible. Like I waited 20 minutes for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though I'm going to give you 2 sandwiches now for $6 or $3 or whatever it is. No, I'll have to wait 30 minutes. I can go make it myself in that.
Yeah,
for $2.
He's churning the butter to make and he's like making the cheese in the back, like he's like milking the cow.
Yeah,
like that's how
long. Like the Swedish chef back there, right, Kermit?
Yeah.
Verdi. But yeah, that we would hit all. It was always a diner, and then we'd wind up. Because Rob had curfew. His curfew was be at the house at midnight or 11?
Midnight, yeah.
But he didn't necessarily have to go inside.
Right.
His parents just had to know that he was safely there.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, so like I guess I didn't explain that when telling that story earlier. That's why we hung out at the park down the street at that time, because like we just parked in the front and just walked down.
Right. As long as they knew the car, like if I drove or whatever, they knew what car he was in.
Yeah.
If it was parked in front, it was good.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they wanted you in front of the house, though. For the most part. Yeah.
And as long as I was in a reasonable time, I can't just park in the front and be in like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, which I would love to, but like they would not have liked that. So.
Right.
Mike R. just reminds me of the story. Remember when we went to New York? You drove with Rich to meet his girlfriend.
Oh, what an adventure that was!
And so we went there, and I knew I was going to be late, so I made up a story. Told my dad. I called ahead from the payphone. The time
because you didn't want to miss it. You did not want to miss that.
What? Oh, what? Yeah, meeting his girlfriend. Yes. And so I call my dad just to make up a story. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're coming home now, but we got a flat tire, so we have to change it. Whatnot." He's like, my dad's like, "Oh, okay, fine. You could just be a little late. That's fine." So that was a made up story to give us a little extra time. What ended up happening was we actually got a flat tire that night. So
you totally jinxed us that night, dude. Right on, you know where it was? You remember where it was?
It was on a bridge, wasn't it?
That was an adventure. Okay, now you're not throwing in the fact that we wound up having to. Didn't we pick up or drop off my friend Tom at Pace University?
Yes, I remember him there. I just don't remember if we dropped them off.
I think he hung out with us. We went to go do the Rich thing.
Yeah.
On the way back, we dropped him off at Pace. Then we got the flat from there. Because we were coming back on the Tappan Z. It happened right in front of the Tappan Z bridge.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So, and it wasn't just, oh, it's a flat tire, we could pump it up. Nope. It was destroyed.
No, wait, back up a second. When we're trying to change the tire, not only we had a flat tire, we were change the tire. When we did the tire, the tire iron, it was flimsy, and we actually broke the end of the tire iron, so we couldn't even get the lug nuts off.
Because most people would think, you're young kids, you know how to change a tire. Yes, we did. I had a jack, I had a spare, I had a donut. But the problem was that it broke.
The tire. Yeah, the tire iron was crap. It was flimsy.
Right, exactly. And now we're on a busy bridge. Like right before you get on the bridge, we pulled over.
Yep. And it was raining on top of everything. It didn't rain until it was close to getting that flat tire. It started raining.
It was freezing rain. It was freezing out.
Yes.
So now keep in mind, I had gotten that flat earlier. If we would have realized it, we were actually near things before that where we could have gotten more help easier.
Right.
But it didn't feel like anything. I don't know if I hit something. I believe I might have hit the sidewalk or something.
Oh, I think you did. Yes, I think you hit something. Right. You're correct. I think you hit the sidewalk.
Yeah, and it flattened it, but it was fine. I'm like, uh-oh, that was dumb.
That's
but
right.
Little did we know it was tearing up the rubber to where we were on a rim. We were basically driving on the rim.
Right.
So we finally got to where we had to pull over and everything else. Now it's just, okay, we got a flat. And like I said, we jumped out. And then, like Rob said, it broke. Now we're stuck. Now, I'm assuming at that point we did have, did we have a cell phone?
No, no one had cell phones at that time. That's why it would have been easier that way. But we had to wait for someone to help us, flag. They must have.
A cop came, didn't it, or a tow truck?
The tow truck. Tow truck eventually did come, but I'm not sure how it got there.
I think we just lucked out.
Yeah.
I think it just showed up because back then, when there was no cell phones, tow trucks would drive around major areas looking to pick people up.
Yeah.
So, or maybe he was coming back from somewhere. I don't know, but it was a while.
Yeah.
And I don't think we had a ton of gas either. So I don't think I was able to run the car the whole time.
So yeah, we're sitting there that's right. We had one blanket and Rich and his girlfriend took it, right?
No, his girlfriend wasn't there. It was just
Rich. It was just Rich. Okay, so
at this point we were trying to come home at this point.
Oh, that's right. So it may have just Rich. I remember Rich with a blanket.
Yeah, because we were trying to do all this stuff, trying to figure out what to do, and blah 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 blah. And Rich looks like he just got out of a plane crash.
That's right. He had it over his head. He was like in the car shivering.
He's standing on the side of the road. I'm like, no wonder nobody wants to pull over. You're sitting there with that blanket on your head.
I'm cold, man.
I'm cold, man. I'm like, Rich, help us out. He's like, I don't know what to do, dude. So, needless to say, finally, and we got towed, and my parents had to pay for a tow and the whole 9 yards, and we weren't near the house. Nowhere near.
Nope.
I think you wound up getting home 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it was very late. I think it was like 3 in the morning, right?
Because I think he finally changed it to the donut. Like he had the things to change it. Or did we tow?
I was in the flatbed, so you towed him, but like he pulled your car up on the flatbed, and the rest of us had to. Well, actually, at least I was in the car with somebody else. I'm not. He could only fit 2 or something in his cab up front. So that if no one's ever been in a on a car on a flatbed, you're riding on 2 sets of shocks. The shock from the flatbed and the shocks on the car. So that is a very bumpy ride. It's very jolty. Like you can feel like it's almost like feeling seasick.
Right. But how did everybody like? How did we get? Who picked us up? Like, how did we get home?
I know we went to the shop because because you had to be there, right? But I don't remember how I got home. I don't.
Did my mom come?
I don't remember.
Because he didn't drive us home, or did we call a cab, or did we rent a car?
No, not rent a car. Perhaps a cab. I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think we rented a car for sure. That doesn't sound like us.
I don't. That part I can't.
Yeah, I don't remember
that part. I don't remember even if I was. I remember you like if I went up to your house and you got dropped off, and then I went home, or if I was home and then. I don't know how everybody got home. I really don't remember.
I don't either. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was. But hey, the moral of the story is, when Rob says something, it comes into being.
that was like God like punishing me. It's like, oh yeah, you want to see something? You want to see a flat tire?
Rob felt so bad about lying to his dad, he wished it into being, so he wasn't lying. At that point, he didn't lie anymore.
No, but it just made it worse because I had already said we were coming home after fixing the flat tire.
Right? How did you get out of that? Do you remember?
I don't remember. My dad must have knew I was lying, but he didn't say anything.
Yeah, right up there with my foot slipped off the brake.
that wasn't me. To the listeners, that wasn't me. That's my car. So
that's a whole nother story. Maybe we can get DC on here one day.
Yeah.
Maybe we can track him down and get him on.
Yeah.
Imagine he's all eloquent now when he talks. He's like
he's like a public speaker. He's like he gets paid to be speak in public.
It's like Tony Robbins goes to him for like
he's his mentor. This is my mentor, Dan.
But yeah, I don't know if you ever heard that story, Mike. You weren't a part of that. That was a whole nother adventure.
I think I heard of it. Maybe.
So Mike V. So what crazy story do you remember, like growing up, or even like obviously not only just growing up, but when you were like 18, 19, 20?
If it has something to do with us, one of our adventures or stupid we did, anything, go for it. It's all open.
Staying in the 18, 19 age range, not before.
No, anytime, anything you like. It'd be nice to have all of us included, but anything you could think of. What is a crazy time?
Come to mind with Rob. Number one was, us trespassing in a middle school.
Okay, I knew you were gonna bring that up.
looking for a yearbook picture.
Do you want to explain the story?
Yeah. It's okay if I mention names.
You could just initial the last name.
Okay. Well, Rob liked this girl. First name's okay.
Yep, first name's okay.
Melissa. Yes.
Melissa.
I think she was a grade behind me, I think.
Yeah, she was.
And Rob was a couple years older, so I said, well, let's go to the school. Not mention
No, don't mention the school.
Well, we went into the school and looked for a yearbook, and we ended up in the library, and the guy was in there. The school was not in session. I think it was summer.
It was, not only summer. I think, was it a weekend or weekday? But yeah, you're right. It was summer.
He's like, what are you guys doing in here? And then on the way out, we ran to a cop, and he wasn't too thrilled.
So just to explain to the viewers, so the school, right, that Mike V went to, and so did Melissa S. When we went in, like there was no one there. Like we literally were like trespassing. Like we didn't break any locks or anything, but the door was open, but we knew we weren't supposed to be there. So Mike knew the layout, so he was the one guiding me through. Like it was all dark. Like I mean it was summertime, but there's no lights on. And we end up in this library, and we're like army crawling through all the library books just to get to the yearbook section, so I could just see the yearbook picture.
I think you wanted to cut it out with a scissor.
Did I bring it?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me too. Yeah, so we're doing that. I don't think I actually went through with it though, because I don't remember actually having it. And then on the way out, we thought we were scot-free. Then on the way out, this one guy, like while we're walking downstairs, this guy was walking upstairs, and he's, what did he say to us, Mike?
Oh, like they're spray painting up here. They're gonna blame you for it, and
that wasn't a cop yet, though, right?
I think that was the cop.
That was the cop. Oh, okay.
He was in plain clothes, but he was a cop.
Okay.
But, he knew we weren't causing like any trouble, but he wasn't thrilled we were there.
Yeah.
We weren't doing anything other than what we were doing.
Yeah. But he gave
aside from breaking the law, you weren't really doing anything.
We were trespassing, but we were kids, and I don't think he thought we were a threat. He just wanted to give us a hard time, but he gave Mike a really hard time, more than me. Like I didn't really say anything. Like he didn't really say too much to me, but he said something about I had a skateboard at the time, right? Like it was my hand. He said something about he's gonna take that skateboard and break it over your head. Like, and it was pointing to you, Mike V. Like I remember that him saying that. I'm like, why is like, what's that have to do with anything?
He probably could tell Mike was a little bit nervous and took advantage of it.
Probably.
You probably were like, whatever.
Yeah.
Just like typical Marty McFly. You're probably like, whatever. What are you going to do about it?
Well, and my philosophy would be, and I even back then, I would be just like, not even philosophy, just thought process would be like, we're caught. Like, what else can you do? Like,
yeah, as in, is there a problem, officer?
Yeah, exactly. You might as well just roll with it.
But do you have a story about the three of us that you can remember?
Oh, the three of us.
Or you and Mike are. Like, you told a story about me and you, so.
I know that one time Mike was driving, is the one with the kicker, the Daytona with the kicker. We're on Route 23 or 287. And we're going to exit 53.
I know what this is going. Okay, go ahead.
Was done in it. And like a 360.
Wait, you're breaking up, Mike. Say it again.
Oh, he did like a 360, and I'm like, you have no right to put my life in jeopardy.
Yeah, it was raining or something like that, right? It just stopped raining. Yeah.
He hydroplaned, yeah.
And then I think I said something along the lines of, you know what, calm down. If Rob was here, he'd be like, do it again. And you're like, no, he wouldn't, blah, blah, blah. And then, Rob, you take over from here.
So the next day, both these guys come over. I'm not sure why, but I think we're just hanging out. They come over to pick me up. And Mike V is just like telling me a story. You can tell he's still riled up. He's passionate about it. He's still riled up about this. It's fresh in his head. It's like, Mike does this. He's like, he just went right. Took this corner really, the ramp really quickly. It was just raining. I mean, that 360. Oh, he's like, he shouldn't have taken my life in his hands like that. And I'm like, and he stops. And the first thing out of my mouth was, oh man, that's so awesome. I wish I was there. And Mike R starts smirking. And Mike V is like, you could just tell that the look of disappointment. Yeah, disappointment, defeat, whatever it was. Just resignation. He's like, I'm done.
My faith in humanity is done.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then I'm trying to think if I have a story with all three of us. I mean, besides the diner stuff. I mean, we used to play this fun game called Kill a Guy on concrete. That was always fun. Instead of, why play it on the grass where if you fell, it's softer? Why do that?
Because neither of our parents wanted us on the grass because we'd ruin it. That's why we couldn't play on it.
So we did it by the street light because it was
dark.
Was brighter there. Yeah. So basically, what Kill a Guy is you take a ball. I think we used the Nerf football, or whatever. It doesn't matter, and you throw it all the way out as high as you can, and you kill whoever's in your way and try to grab it. That's it. There's the game. Hence, Kill a Guy. And of course, if you know anything, I know we're only 3 episodes in. If you know anything about me and Rob, it wasn't just a friendly game ever.
we always had a friendly competition.
Yeah, friendly until you came full blast at me and knocked me to the concrete. I was bleeding. My glasses were broke.
To tell you the truth, I don't really remember that in detail too much. Really, I don't.
Yeah, because you weren't the one bleeding. That's why you just seem to forget about it. I literally went right down on my forearms because I wasn't expecting it. I was not I grabbed the ball, I caught it, and you were like, it was a movie. You were behind going, with all your might, the play was over. The play was done, and you're going 100 miles an hour right at my back, and you took me out.
You know what? I think I remember letting you do that. Letting you catch it so I could do that too.
Right. And then I went down. My glasses flew off. They got all scratched up.
I don't know how we were still friends after that.
That's just the kind of friends we are, man.
Yeah, that's true. We kind of just laugh it off.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We never really took anything. We were we were nasty to each other sometimes, but we never took it to heart ever.
Right. Yeah, I forgot what we were playing, but we were playing some sort of game, but you're falling down, and you grabbed onto me and kind of like forced me down further. I had nothing to do with it, but you kind of grabbed me and forced me down. I think I hurt my ankle because
you did.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if it was, but maybe that was
something.
Was that before or after the bleeding?
I'm not sure.
Retaliation.
Maybe. I think we were playing football in my yard.
No, we were in the front on the grass.
Yes,
we were on the grass.
Yes.
And I was going down. I don't know if Mike tackled me or what, but I was on my way down, and you're like, yee! And you're running with the ball, and I just grabbed your pants and went, no. And then you went,
yeah.
And then you're limping. I think you were hurt for a couple days after that.
Yes, it was a sprain for sure. I couldn't walk for a couple days. So.
And then there was Kill a Guy, and then
when I told Kristen that story about how we used to always make ourselves pass out. so and Mike V, you remember this too?
Oh sure, yeah.
Did we make you pass out, Mike? Were we able to do? Because some people it didn't work with. You had to be very specific.
Out. You made Rich pass out all the time.
Yeah.
The monkey, and then you made him pass out.
The monkey.
I don't want to. I don't think we should, just in case, give out how we did it.
Okay.
How we would make each other pass out. But the point of the matter was the other guys were supposed to look out for you when you did pass out. So I remember saying specifically to Rich and Rob, dude, please catch me if I fall. Okay, no problem. Next thing I know, 1 minute I'm there. The next minute I'm on a cloud. Next second after that, intense pain in my knees.
So just for the listeners, when you do this, you usually
don't be specific about it. Just don't be specific.
You usually, most people, I'll tell you one part of it. You do have to go against the wall, right, or something solid. So what you usually
the car at the time.
At the car, right? And what usually happens, you usually drop down straight, right? So that's what usually happens. So it's people looking at it, who is responsible. Usually the other person who's making you pass out is responsible for catching you. But it doesn't really matter too much because you just fall down straight and it's not too bad. The problem when we did it with Mike R is that we did it, and I think I was distracted. I think I was talking to Mike V or Rich, probably Mike V. It
might have been I dropped really fast.
Yes, you did. You dropped fast and you dropped forward right into you. Bitch was almost face planted in the ground because I was like, look at this, and I do it, and all of a sudden I'm like, ha ha ha. Then I look around, then Mike's like, face first into the pavement. And he's like, you son of a bitch.
It was like literally, I think I was on a cloud with like Ronald Reagan or something. It was
weird.
Yeah,
you had a dream. Yeah, so
I did.
So during this, you usually dream like you feel like you've been dreaming for like an hour, a long time at least, but you've really been out just for like literally less than a second.
Right, exactly. It is like a split second, but you don't feel that.
Right. It feels like longer than that, way longer than that.
And I was hoping to like come down from the cloud nicely, like land on my feet. Nope, it was abrupt. I was like, "Hello, Mr. President."
And the funny thing was we didn't even know like you were hurt really. Like we were just like, oh okay, he just fell down, and we were just like started walking away or something like that. Oh man!
And I think you went down pretty good too.
I had it to a point where I could do it almost by myself.
Yeah. That's right. I think Rich kind of faked it.
Yeah, he did. He
was like,
he's a cool man.
"Oh man, I think I was dreaming, dude." Hey guys, remember when I would? Remember, Mike? You remember this too, Mike? And I feel bad about it now, but he was our friend. We loved him, and we busted. Obviously, you could see we were nasty to everyone. It wasn't just anybody in particular. I would just be I would be driving, and I'd stop and be like, "Rich, get the fuck out of the car now! Get out! What I do, dude?" I'd be like, "Get out of the car!" And then I just speed off and leave him.
Yes, yeah, right.
I think you were in the car one time, Mike, and we like drove around like all the way around the block. It took a good 5 or 6 minutes, and he was still standing in the same spot. Mike?
I don't remember that.
I would just let him out. I'd be like, "Get out of the car! What I do, dude? Just get out!" But yeah, the diner time with Rich was the trials of life.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that, Mike? That song?
What's that? No.
You don't remember when Rich used to eat? He used to like shove it in his mouth and take his 2 fingers and push it down like a snake. Like he was like,
tuna melt. He used to eat.
Huh?
He did eat a tuna melt.
Yeah, well, yeah, or whatever he ate, he would just shove it down his throat, and those lips would just suck it up. And he would just, and we were like, I used to tell him, it'd be like, it's like, because at that time there was that video cassette set you could buy that was called The Trials of Life. Remember?
That's right. It was a nature show or something like that.
Yeah, and I always remember in the commercial you would see the killer whale come up and take out a seal, and that was in the commercial. And every time you'd eat, I'd be like, it's like a fight to survive the way you eat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a little hard to say like verbally like how it looks. You really have to see it.
Yeah. Picture like a Komodo dragon trying to eat its prey, and it kind of shakes it and tries to take it down.
Yeah, it's kind of like jerking his head back, like trying to like open up his gullet. But with Rich, he also uses other fingers just kind of just to push it down. He would push it down. He wouldn't chew. He would eat so much at one time. He would push it down. And he'd be smiling and talking, "Yeah, man." And he'd push it down his throat. He didn't care. He did not care. Yeah, we oh, go ahead. I was gonna say one time I remember we were at where were we? I think we were at Wendy's or something. And I said, "Rich, go order me a Big Mac." And he went up, he's like, "Excuse me, could I have a Big Mac?" And we were at Wendy's and they're like, "Sorry, sir, we don't have them here." I don't remember that story.
You weren't there. You
Oh,
weren't
okay.
there. I think this was with Tom.
Oh, okay, I got it.
But he's like, "Can I have
That's
a
so-
Big Mac, dude?" And then like, "Sorry, sir, this is Wendy's."
You're like, yeah, you're in the wrong store, dude.
But I knew they wouldn't like bust him or laugh at him because
Yeah, right. It's
that would have
sensitive,
been
right?
nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely had some did we pants rich once somewhere?
I think multiple times, but I'm not sure which one you're talking about. You used to do them all the time. I think it's mostly you, dude.
And he was never quick about pulling them up. What are you doing? Oh. And then he's
He's in there just sitting in his underwear. He's like, "Why'd you do that, man?"
you know what? Especially if there was girls around, he didn't rush it.
Oh yeah,
all.
for sure.
Like if the original Feel the Burn was around.
Huh?
The original Feel the Burn. Bernie Sanders wasn't the first burn.
Oh, gotcha. I know who you're talking about. Well, you could probably say her name. You just can't say the last name. That's all.
But yeah, but it's like Voldemort. It's like it's like the name you shouldn't say. But
Mike V. You know what you're talking about?
Mike,
Yeah.
you do know, right? Unfortunately.
Oh, sure.
Speaking of that, me and Rob were talking about that the other day. Did we ever try before Rob had his let's just say his encounter? We'll call it that with her. Did we ever try to set you up or do anything with you?
Yeah, Mike. Did you like her?
Not that much, but yeah, it was an encounter.
Yeah. So you had an encounter with her too?
Yes. I think
Okay.
Before Rob.
Yes, I knew. Yeah, I see that. I knew that. I remember that.
Okay. I just to let you know, through the years, you were part of a long list of encounters.
But I think that's why she was good for the encounter, because it was an easy thing.
She was good at encounters.
Yes, that's right. That's right. It was almost like, especially at that age, you're like, I'll take anything. You know?
Right, yeah, right. Oh, you were, yeah, definitely. I mean, we were all at that point. And this girl was best friends with my girlfriend at the time.
Right.
That's how we knew this girl. So and again, no, we weren't nasty to her. She just did her thing with whatever she wanted. I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah, I mean, we
weren't taking advantage of anything. We weren't that tight.
Not at all. She was freely giving that up. So
right. She had no problem with it. And again, we are 18, 19 years old, pretty innocent dudes for the most part.
Right.
We're not talking full home runs here.
No.
First, second, third. I don't even think third. First and second, definitely.
Yeah, second, Dick, definitely right. For sure, that I can tell you that.
Where did you go, Mike? Were you a Yankee? Were you a Yankee or a Met with Byrne? Did you
this year or every other year?
Yeah, right, exactly. This year kind of throws everything off. Did they win tonight?
Yankees?
No,
Well,
Mets.
They were tied 6-6. Like the Garam was winning, they were up 6-1, and they tied it off the bullpen. It was 6-6.
I'll tell you right now.
I could check on SNY.
I got it, Mike. They lost 8-6. They're still 12-3, dude. That's pretty darn amazing right now for them.
That is. The Yankees are 8-7 because they've won like 12-1, I think.
But I'm again, we'll get back to the story. But as a Met fan, I fear injuries. That's my fear.
Yeah.
That's what's going to ruin it for us.
Lost
Injuries.
already, both of them. Both of them you lost.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I hope that's it. There's no way we weren't losing anybody. We basically, on the way to spring training, somebody tripped on a curb and we lost them. That's how it goes with the Mets. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So yeah, it was not forced by any means.
Oh no, not at all.
No one was taking advantage of anything like that. But but Mike, did you get to just above the neck?
No, I didn't do much.
So you did travel to the lower than the neck.
I just kissed her. That was it. That was.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
That was it. Yep.
Do you remember the situation, Rob, that was set up for you? Thanks to your good friend Mike.
Yeah. I remember this. I don't remember how we got into the situation. I just remember you helping me for sure. I remember that.
Well, it involved there was only one room. My father and stepmother were downstairs, so there was nowhere else to go. I lived in the attic, which was a finished attic. There was a walk-in closet and it was huge, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
you basically had a mini apartment upstairs.
Right. No bathroom, though. That was the only thing. There was no bathroom.
We had a Gatorade bottle, basically.
All right. We had Gatorade bottle, and that was it. And a paper dish if you had to go do number 2.
Ew.
No, I'm only kidding. So me and my girlfriend at the time, to help out this dude, decided to go sit in a closet and let him have the room to himself.
Yeah.
Little did I know with this girl. And little did I know it was going to take 45 minutes.
Well, she won't let me go further than a certain spot for a certain place. So
right. He was working it. He was doing it like a champ.
And so, I mean, and mind you, I'm not very, at that time, I was not very experienced in anything. So I didn't know how to make no
Casanova by any means.
Yeah, exactly. Don't know how to make a girl squirm or anything at that point in time. But that's okay. I mean, but like we were also drinking. I was kind of drunk and I remember I had some really tight underwear on. I forgot how the hell I got that underwear, but I don't think it was mine.
What did you put hers on?
No, it wasn't mine, but it wasn't hers either. I don't remember I'm not sure where I got this underwear from. It was like supposed to be the sexy type underwear. I can tell you everything was getting squished.
He thought he was a Calvin Klein model. He's like, oh, baby, maybe if I wear this underwear, I get lucky, baby.
Yeah, but like I mean, I got her top off. I nearly got all of her bottom off, but that was about it. She didn't want to do anything further than that. So
it stopped.
Yeah. So that's why it took me 45 minutes, because I did not. I'm like, I have to. I see the promised land, and I don't want to stop. So, but eventually, it's like, all right, fine.
Marty McFly at his best as usual.
And then you guys came out. Wait,
after 45 minutes, I had to go to the bathroom. I was like burning up in there.
Were you guys doing something in there?
Yeah, laughing at you.
Oh, okay. I thought you had your own little fun in there. You were just listening to me.
We were already together for a while. It's the magic wasn't there. Yeah, it was totally on you for you. Yeah. I think we might have. I think at one point we slowly opened the door and looked out.
Yeah, you told me that. Yes, you did.
And I couldn't really see anything because I think it was dark and we lit candles, from what I remember.
Yes.
We really tried to make it romantic for you, dude. We tried.
Yeah, dude. I remember that story, and that's one of my a fond memory of my friendship with you, Mike. It's like I always, so if anyone knows, I always call Mike our piece of crap. And
I don't even deserve the full name. I just get the initials.
Boss, and sometimes I bust his chops about being horrible and stuff like that, but like really Mike R is a really good friend. So he, at that time at least, he would do anything for you, and he wouldn't really expect anything back. And all the time, Mike R and I used to always like buy each other, like if I didn't have any money, he would buy my food, and if he didn't have any money, I'd buy his comic books, basically.
Right.
So
we looked out for each other.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it. And as much as we loved each other, we went the other way and busted each other.
Right.
Just as hard.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how we could get away with it, like because we knew that. That's what I always say. I think I like friends who make fun of you in your face, because when your back is turned, they will defend you, because that's how it is. Because they already got your grievances out in front of your face,
Right.
so that nothing to say behind your back. So
Right. And that's it's all about boundaries, man.
yeah,
You got to set them up front with people. If I know I can bust you, I'm going to do it right to you.
exactly.
I have no reason to talk behind your back. If I think you're being a dick, I'm going to tell you.
Right. Yep. And I expect that. I expect that from Mike. So which is
Right.
good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So same thing with Mike V too. It's like we're all good friends together, but it's just like it's